remember that bit.
Oh, the three trolls that appear and take Bilbo and the dwarves captive. They act like the Three Stooges, and that's really, really funny to me because I kind of just wanted to just like, I'm a wise guy, and just start doing that. And I was waiting for it. I thought they would. But they are just. There is a great sort of half gross out moment where basically Bilbo gets picked up by one of them is sneezing, and it sneezes over him. And he just comes away, and you can just see this mucus sticking from like the nose to Bilbo. And it's like, oh, good God, clean me! I don't want to be like this. And there's a brilliant moment of just like he looks down at it, and he's like, look what I sneezed down. I was just like, oh, they are just that dumb, aren't they?
Yeah. I wanted that scene to be longer though. I wanted them to make that scene longer with the trolls.
Well, why?
I don't know. I just thought it could have been longer. I don't know what it is, but other stuff.
Do you want to make that film long?
No, I don't.
That film could not be long.
Making Lord of the Rings longer would have worked though.
Oh, they did make it longer. Wait for the DVDs. Maybe you'll get your wish.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think it sets up sort of like that Bilbo is clever, that they should trust him. That is an important scene.
Yeah, I like how they don't trust him though.
Yeah,
because he's got to earn.
Well, that'd be an interesting thing to actually see what they do with that, because I think the entire first film is that setup, is the setup of them trusting him, and that'll be interesting to see what they do with the second and third, because that seemed to be the running theme. Yeah. Because they don't at the beginning. They're just arseholes. They're just jerks at the beginning. Just the grandest of ways, and they're just like, yeah. I just
They're angry dwarves though.
Dwarves are always angry. every film.
But then I like how Bilbo, like, after when they get out of the mines and Bilbo reappears and he's standing there and he's just like, I'm not actually a hero. And I like that bit.
Yeah, he's rather modest. I would not be like that. I'd be like, oh yeah, I got through that all on my own. How did you do? It's really complete.
But no, I like it when characters admit they're not actually heroes though.
Yeah, it's good. It's just because I wonder how many times he says that phrase. He does say that a lot. That he's not a burglar. He's not a hero and stuff like that.
Not a warrior.
That's almost one of the final lines of the film, actually.
Yeah, it is. But it works though.
Well, I don't know if there was an after credit sequence. I really hope there wasn't. Because we left.
Yeah, we were like the first people to leave, but there was a reason.
There was about 8 of us.
Yeah, the reason was I was feeling like I wanted to throw up again.
Yeah, that's due to the 3D. Next time we won't see it. We've seen it. We've been disappointed again. I have given them far too many chances to do something good with 3D. Just
the last thing I saw in 3D was Tron.
Last thing I saw was
Prometheus.
Prometheus is one of the best comedies ever. I can't take it seriously as an action film. It's really stupid. But back to that. Not spooky. As funny as Prometheus is, and I laughed at that. Yeah. There are great little bits of just comedy, and there's some bits where you can tell what the joke is about to be. Which like there's like a creaking sound, and one of the characters looks over and he's looking at there's one rather fat dwarf, because of course you must have one fat person. Actually, he gets so many jokes made at his expense. You'd think they'd gone past that cliche, but apparently they haven't. It's not as it's good because actually the character laughs as well and thinks it's funny. It's hilarious half the times. It's not mean.
He's probably used to it though.
Yeah, there are lots of little like detail jokes, but there are some where they're just like, oh, okay, they're just like the camera just focuses like, look, funny. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny, and it's like, yeah, it's funny. We see it. We don't need it. This is like the bit where he stuffs the ear thing with paper to stop hearing the sounds of the elves. And it's like I think it's left on for me a bit too long, and there's just bits you could edit down. I think I could have thought the sweeping shots of New Zealand landscape. You can always edit down a bit, not edit out, just edit down.
I like those sequences.
Probably cut the film.
It makes you feel like you're sat there in Middle Earth. So it just really does.
You probably could have cut the film down like 20 minutes if you got rid of some of the sweeping shots. Yes.
And here's us deciding we want to make it longer, and now you want to chop it down.
No, you want to make it longer. I want to just crop it a bit.
But this is the thing about this. This is the thing about this type of movie is you just get sucked in.
Yeah,
because it's so epic and so big.
Yeah, I never felt that there was something that took me out of it. I felt it was like they moved on carefully.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, when I think about it, it does follow the first film very, very oddly. It follows the first Lord of the Rings film because they have, they travel, they get attacked, then they end up inside a mine where they get attacked and they have to fight their way out, and then they're outside and they're attacked almost immediately after that. And it's interesting to see how that sort of compares, actually, when I think about it. When I think about it fully, that is interesting. The fight scenes are fantastic. I actually really loved it. The mine fight scene is great because basically it's just constant. There's no standing your ground. It's just them fleeing, and anything that gets in their way gets knocked to the side or gets just slashed in two. I didn't think they would stick with the scene with Gollum as long as they did. I thought they would cut away and keep going back and forth, but when I think about it now, actually, that wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked. They had to keep the focus. I mean, you knew what the dwarves were doing. You knew the dwarves were fighting and trying to get free. And
I do wonder, though, if it just for little bits of it, and I don't know whether it's just because maybe the shot was too long and that's why I didn't like it as much, but it's just that bit seemed to drag on. That's what I felt. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of him standing there pointing Sting at Gollum, and he's just like, you stay back, and then it's lots of Andy Serkis having fun with his role.
I guess so, but I mean, I like Gollum, so I'm just like...
Yes, it's a good question. But I don't really think there's much more we can say on it. Really, there's it's a...
I could talk about it forever, but...
but you would talk about it as a whole, when we're just trying to keep to the film.
I can't help it.
It's a grand sort of film. We aren't sure whether or not they will do the eagle scene because it's either going to be that will be the first bit of the second film, or they might skip over it. But considering the eagles,
because
the eagles appear at the end.
Get it right in the proper order. Yeah, because they get saved by the eagles, and then what happens in the book is that they go and speak to the Lord of the Eagles.
Yeah, sure.
And then they get taken on a little bit of the road that they have to travel. The eagles take them to the edge of... Is it the edge of the woods or something like that?
Yeah, I can't remember. I've read the book I think 3 months ago or something at this point.
I read it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember a book. I've read 4 of the books since then. I can't remember all these things. But yeah, there's nothing about the film other than cutting down just some of the longer shots, which I don't think it needs. But I can't find it. I couldn't think of anything that's wrong with it. I can't. No. I mean, I'm sure better people than me will find things that are more wrong with it. I'm sure they will because.
But they're not idiots because I just think this movie is really good.
Yeah,
and it's on the best that I've seen this
year. I will be looking on IMDb, and if I find anyone who says that the film is bad, I may have to hunt them down. Because there are people who would slate any film, despite how good it is. And I will find and I will see exactly what these people have put and what they're claiming, and then I will be honest, Nerd Rage, and it will be hilarious.
Oh, no.
Probably to you on Skype.
No, I'm sick of your Nerd Rages.
That's always fun.
I had to come up with one yesterday about Arrow. That drove me insane.
Show sucks.
I don't care.
So here's what we're saying. We're saying go watch The Hobbit. Go watch it in 2D, not in 3D, unless you really want to watch it in 3D. No, and also don't watch Arrow.
I have watched it. I don't want to watch it. You can continue to watch it.
Go read the comics. I'll buy some comics. I'll buy the comics and they'll be good.
Buy the comics and let me do
Right, so if anyone's wondering about what I'm doing with my show, it will be back in the new year. I'm making a whole separate video to deal with that. It's not going to be me talking, it's going to be a thing to do with the character itself, and that'll deal with it. But hopefully you'll come back to watch when I've done this. This is why I script things. I don't do well talking.
You're fine.
Mouth does not work. But I will see you all you people in the next year when I will be reviewing God Knows.
Hopefully I'll be back again.
Yes, well, you've got to explain to me what happens in Cloud Atlas when we go to watch that. Because you've read that book and will surely understand it.
I wrote an essay.
Whereas I think I'm going to sit here thinking it's slightly pretentious.
I wrote an essay on that book for creative writing.
Yeah,
you can do it. And Les Mis.
Yeah, we're going to see Les Mis as well. Should we have to? Right, but see you next time, people.